guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be kicking off the makeup basics series with a nose contour video. You guys have literally made this the most highly requested video ever after I put like a mini snippet on Insta, so I'm so grateful for you guys. So I thought, it's time babe, it's time. This is practically bronzer, powder, a bit of highlight. Stay tuned to see how I would contour my nose. So firstly, what you need is a bronzer, and my favorite go-to is MAC Sun Power Bronzer. This is a very orange, delicious brown. This bronzer is everything to me. I'm not even joking. This is my favorite bronzer in the entire world. I've already got foundation on, and I always put foundation over my nose, and that's the only thing on my nose at the moment. I've got concealer on and a bit of bronzer too, but I'm gonna do the bronze and everything again. I would do my nose contour at the same stage that I would do my bronzer. All that I do really is I go just down the natural sides of my nose. Just really don't care about it, like all over my nose. So just like this, just bronze up all over your nose and underneath. So you know, like the underneath bit of your nose, get underneath as well here, and then just on the sides like this, and then I just kind of go all over. You're obviously gonna look like you've got a bit of a brown nose. Once we're done, it will all make sense. Looking like you've got a burnt nose. Oh damn. This is where the magic happens. So I've got my Huda Beauty powder here. So take whatever setting powder you have that you've used for your look, and we're going to take that powder, and this is where the actual contouring comes into it. Probably my go-to at the moment is the Huda Beauty banana powder, and I just like this banana powder because it's kind of similar to my skin tone. I have very yellow skin and yellow undertones, so I always prefer a banana powder than a translucent powder mostly. I'm also using the Huda Beauty Bake and Blend brush, and I think this is also another key tool in contouring, baking, that type of thing, because if you see this side of the brush, it is actually slanted. So this really helps with precision in where you're putting your powder, because I could use a beauty blender, but I don't really go for beauty blenders as much now when I'm doing like powder setting and stuff. I always use this brush. This is actually my favorite brush ever to do contour. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip the flat end into my powder, make sure it's nicely covered. This is when we carve out our nose. So for my nose shape, I'm literally just gonna go along my natural nose line, just to make sure it's snatched down where my nose. For me, luckily, it's really strange. On my nose, I have two, can you see these two marks here? And I've always followed these two marks to just go all the way down those marks as to where my natural nose contour would be. So if you have anything like that on your nose, then I would use that as a guidance of what your contour should be like. Because imagine I have these 2 points here. Imagine if I brought it in right here and I went, it would just look a bit funny. But it all depends on your preference and what you want your nose to look like. If you want it to turn out more narrow, if you don't want it as narrow, completely up to you and how your nose is. I think it's good that we look at our own noses and our own nose shapes to experiment with what works for our nose. Because if I'm looking at like Kim Kardashian's nose, for example, we have completely different noses. So I can't contour my nose the same way as Kim Kardashian contours her nose. So yeah, we've got the powder on here. So I literally will take it, and at the same time I'll bake under my eyes. Just tap along the sides. And you know where that dent is in my nose? I go to there. This is the real part of the process which will really make a difference in your nose contour. And then once I get to the end, I go around the tip here and then press it in. And then make sure it's straight and just keep going up, 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 up. And then I bring it under my eye. Until you get your desired shape and your desired contour, you just keep going in. And this is why I love this Huda Beauty brush. This brush just makes it so much easier to get the exact shape that you want. A beauty blender could work, but I think this is probably the best. So now let's go ahead and do the other side. Let me just go down, 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 and then the two will join in the middle. And then because it's kind of just the first bake, I'll go and take that off. So now I'm gonna add a bit of blush and a bit of highlight, and then that's when we will finish off our nose. Now I'm gonna go in with a bit of highlight, and this is kind of where we can finish off the nose contour here. This is MAC's Golden Bronze highlighter. I'm just gonna take the highlighter and add it to the tip of my nose. Can you see how it's at the tip? It just looks cute. And sometimes I'll add it along, but most of the time I don't. But I'm gonna do a little bit on the bridge. Can you see how that's added something to the nose contour? Just to show you what it would look like. Ooh. Now what I do is I go back in with the powder and just do the final snatch. The last final snatch. And as you can see, the difference with that little bit of highlighter on your nose actually makes a lot of difference. Now I'm just gonna brush off lightly. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. It was super simple and super easy in my opinion, and it's a very natural nose contour. It's just something you would do if you just want to add a little bit of contour or definition to your face. So I think the biggest thing to get out of this is use different people's techniques, but make sure you can do it for your nose shape. And everyone's nose is different, and that's the beauty in all of this. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Makeup Basics. No one can do it like you.